I'll go to that in a bit. And the more work the man did, the happier the wife reported she was. And there's a saying I've heard quite a bit, a happy wife is a happy life. So it kind of makes the women happy. Men were happiest when they reported wives supported their careers. And based on role reversal, or not role reversal, but a change in gender, and women are now getting educated and working and whatnot, women's marital satisfaction was more related to their own ability to improve their status at work. It's not always about being barefoot and pregnant. Child-rearing, speaking of which, child-rearing influences a married couple's life. Raising children is expensive. From birth to 17, it can cost $289,000 or more. Social class makes a large difference with higher rates of depression and antisocial behavior in lower classes. Improvements in social class reduce these problems. Divorce. History of divorce in the United States. In the mid-19th century, approximately 5% of first marriages ended in divorce. Although the U.S. divorce is higher than many industrialized countries, 50% overstates the current divorce rate. Usually sociologists calculate the divorce rate based on the basis of rate of 1,000 population, 15 to 64 years of age. I don't know who's getting married at 50, but using this rate of divorce, the U.S. is about 5.5%, Japan 3.1%, Ireland 1.2%, 3.9%, and so forth. Sociological reasons for a higher divorce rate. Our group came up with the list in this order. The ease of filing for divorce. I mean, it's so easy now for people to just go ahead and pull the plug. They get married for the wrong reasons. They really aren't in it to begin with. Especially in California, I know it's a no-fault divorce state, and basically you can wake up one day and not want to be married, and there you go. Women are now less financially dependent on men, and so that also is probably a reason why it's easy for people to get divorced, or for women to file for divorce. Social acceptance, it's no longer a bad mark. It's just kind of there, no big deal on how society treats it in the United States. Doing a little bit of research looking in Poland, for example, for whatever reason, it's still highly stigmatized, and I don't know if that's, I'm pulling this out of my brain here, but I think they may be heavily Catholic, and I know in the Catholic religion, divorce is kind of frowned upon. And religious views plays into the social acceptances that as things are now, people are less religious in some aspects, and so they just tend to go ahead and ongoing redefining of family and gender. Women are working, and women are working a full-time job, and so is the man, and the women come home, and you got the guy who wants to come home, crack a beer, and watch football while mom's making dinner, bathing the kids, doing homework, all that other stuff. So there's a thing that we talked about earlier in the feminism part about women's second shift. And if women are feeling that their man isn't pulling their weight at home, then what's the point of being married? There's no help there. Residential mobility, it's a constant strain on the family, moving however many times. The average family, I think I read, moves about 9 times in their life, and if it's more than that, you're a sales rep, military guy, and can tend to be a pain in the butt for the family. People don't like it, so they'll quit. And longevity, you don't eat meat according to Forks overnight. You'll live to be 100, and with that newfound longevity, you're going to be stuck with the same person that much longer. So if you don't see yourself with them forever, then divorce.
And we're going to show you a video briefly about how we think that it's a really good example of how divorce isn't such a big deal anymore. It can happen in 72 days. So we're going to show you a brief little video. Hours? Okay.
Irreconcilable differences. ABC's Andrew Canning is here. The latest on what happened Good morning, Robin. Who's not talking about this? I wish I had the answer, the exact answer for you. Every paper this morning talking about it, big blank sham on the New York Post not being so kind. Kim says they remain friends and she wishes him the best. She was reportedly sick of his partying and mooching. He called her materialistic. Still, Kris Humphries is saying, not so fast, Kim.
I pronounce you husband and wife, because she may kiss you up.
Just 72 days after saying I do in front of 10 million viewers on the E! Kardashian wedding special, it's over.
Why did Kim Kardashian file for divorce?
Kim told ABC News, after careful consideration, I have decided to end my marriage. I hope everyone understands this was not an easy decision. I'd hoped this marriage was forever, but sometimes things don't work out as planned. Her breakup with Kris Humphries has sparked a wave of criticism. There was even a mock vigil held outside of the Kardashian store Dash in New York City. It was just 3 months ago Kim was showing off her $2 million engagement ring to our Lara Spencer.
Wow. I'm truly a workaholic, so I stayed up all night last night doing wedding stuff and getting people's addresses and the seating charts.
And she told Robin Roberts,
I kind of want to enjoy my marriage for a little bit and just enjoy each other, whenever it's meant to be.
But there was trouble even during the wedding planning.
If you don't understand that, then that's a problem for me.
Okay, well then maybe we have a problem.
And just a few days before the final split, the couple appeared to be fighting. In the divorce papers filed Monday, Kim said she doesn't want to pay Kris spousal support. Still, it's a romance he appears to believe in, telling ABC News, I love my wife and I am devastated to learn she filed for divorce. I'm committed to this marriage. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it work.
He felt blindsided. We found out that she was filing for divorce before he did.
One thing is real. The over-the-top wedding was a financial fairy tale. They sold the rights for a reported $18 million. That comes to $10,358 per hour since their walk down the aisle. And the couple reportedly made $1 million for their wedding photos alone. Kim, along with her sisters, have built an empire with the Kardashian name. Just hours before announcing her divorce with no sense of impending heartbreak, Kim took to Twitter to promote the family's new clothing store. Kardashian Chaos has arrived. And trending on Twitter, the hashtag, things that have lasted longer than Kim Kardashian's wedding. Now that would include things like the lifespan of sea monkeys, 73 days, the length of time that Macarena was the #1 song in America, that would be 98 days, and this is the saddest of all, Kim's own engagement to Kris, which was 85 days.
So, stuff like this puts a lot of strain on people that are getting married because, for one, it makes it seem like it's okay because they're familiar with, like, I can get divorced after a couple months. People do that. It makes it seem like it's not as big of a deal, so they're entering into a commitment that they don't really value. And you wonder if you're doing it for the right reasons. Like, she made bank off of her marriage that lasted 72 days. And so it's just kind of like you have to make sure that you're evaluating it. And celebrities and media make marriage seem like it's not as big of a deal as it should be. And so that definitely impacts the divorce rate, I think, in the U.S. because we're exposed to this on a regular basis. And it just makes it seem like it's okay, because we see it all the time. Like Britney Spears getting an annulment after what, like, I think it was 10 hours or something. It happens all the time in Hollywood, and we see that on the TV, we want to watch it, it's exciting, it's interesting. But it's really good for us and for our families to be seeing that kind of thing here. So, and then we're going to go on with Bianca for marriage and midlife.
Surviving masculinity. Masculinity is developed and sustained when men enter a marriage, characterized by traditional gender beliefs and practices. In this environment, they fulfill and express their sense of manhood. Director of the Marriage Matters Project, Stephen L. Knock, he suggests that a new system in which it is necessary for both partners to feel as though they are contributing to the household. Acceptance of these new gender roles will take time. This kind of goes back to ongoing redefinition of family and gender, meaning that now women and men kind of need to feel their role or feel their place in the household. And the benefits of marriage for men, it makes them less likely to frequent bars and engage in risky behavior, and they express greater satisfaction with their lives. They live longer and healthier, and marriage helps define their masculinity.
Okay, I would be talking about symbolic interaction as